Funny.
I'm sorry.
I want to show you two pictures. This is Chatsworth. This is the train wreck that happened this week. And this is Hurricane Ike. Okay? And I just want to make this point. If those two pictures that you saw had been the result of terrorist attacks instead of a train wreck because some guy was texting and because of a hurricane, this country would have completely lost its collective shit. We would have invaded Yemen, suspended the Constitution, and done all manner of crazy stuff. And isn't there something to be said for understanding that terrorism, as bad as it is, should not control our lives?
I couldn't agree more with you on that. I mean, I actually grew up...
We got back together.
I know. Because the president is actually, his oath of office is to defend the Constitution, our liberties, not to defend the security of the country. And sometimes there will be a trade-off. And there will be a trade-off. I grew up in a country in England where bombs went off all the time. And the British attitude was, carry on, ignore these people, do your work, be stoic, fight through it, retain your freedoms. Do some things you need to do, like you do need to tighten security, you do need to do some practical things, but to throw our Constitution out of the window for the phony idea of security is crazy. Give me liberty or give me death, okay? The first Americans would say to Al-Qaeda, come and kill us. We will never give up our freedoms. Never. That's why we came here. And these people throw away our freedoms for the sake of a phony security which we can't even secure permanently anyway.
And actually, you know, those hurricanes, you know, it's a natural disaster, but the fact that there are more and more intense storms in the Gulf Coast is actually related to some things that we're doing. It's because of warming ocean temperatures, and it's something that nobody's really talking about for some reason. But yeah, there is a connection between warming ocean temperatures, something called global warming, and actually the substance that the Republicans want to drill for off the coasts, and which Sarah Palin wants to drill for in Alaska. So these aren't just completely random acts, and they're not interested in that kind of security.
But when you think about the number of people who die from, for example, car accidents, 40,000. We don't declare a war on cars. We just accept, hey, we want to have cars. We're not going to give up our cars, so we're okay with 40,000 people dying.
Only difference...
Doctor error. Don't even get me started on that one.
The only difference, Bill, I think, are weapons of mass destruction. Because the destruction that these religious fanatics, these Islamists, who are still an incredible danger to us, and I think it's important for us, for those of us who think Bush has been a disaster, nevertheless to say that doesn't mean that we don't have real enemies. Preventing them from getting WMDs, from nuclear biological stuff,
I'm all for that.
Must be our #1 priority.
Okay. My #1 priority right now is to get to new rules. I'm sorry, but we don't want to go over time. Thank you, panel.
If this were a dictatorship, it'd be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.